it was pretty obvious this was going to happen with Concord, but it is even worse than we thought over Labor Day weekend, as nobody tuned in to play this game. It's getting absolutely crazy. I'm guessing the few people who actually bought this game just could not find matches. They couldn't get paired up. Even before, when it was in its just first couple of release days, people were saying that they were getting timed out on Steam. And couldn't happen to a nicer game. So as you see right here, Concord spirals as global matches fall into the single digits. Got even worse than that. The developers even gone completely silent. They're not even saying anything, not even trying the whole racist bigots killed our game sort of thing that you see from The Acolyte or Dustborn or whatever. They're just have gone completely off the grid, because I think this game's too much of an embarrassment to Sony. It's failed so badly. It's losing, maybe $200 million, maybe more. And what are they going to do? They're trying to just duck and cover to keep their jobs at this point. And that's not going to last very long, even as it is, as we know. I think this game's not only going to go free to play shortly. They made a stupid mistake by trying to make this $39.99 for a game with no single player mode. Oof. But on top of that, I think that they're just going to end up cutting any support for this game. I don't think free to play is going to save it. I don't think anybody's interested in that. There's been so many Media Cope articles about this that I've read that's like, what actually led to Concord's demise? 8 years in development, and there's just too many games in the genre. Yeah, it's total Cope mode. But they know the real reason behind it is that nobody wanted to play this LGBTQ plus pronoun crap. Every single one of these games is failing. Every game that doesn't do this is winning. It's pretty simple for a gamer formula at this point. Gamers have risen up. Gamers have changed the game, and these companies are flailing. When they thought they were going to ride this woke wave to modern audiences, it didn't work. And we're going to get into the nitty-gritty details of this in just a moment. Please hit the like and subscribe button, everybody. Join us here as we talk about the most important things in pop culture news, including Concord and more. And guys, I am making my own content as well. I have a wonderful non-woke comic book for you. You know that Marvel and DC have gone the way of the biggest disaster, just like Concord, and their sales are about the same. There's a limited audience for what they're doing. But we're growing over here. This is actually about $200 off of being my best-selling graphic novel of all time. So I would love for you to back this on Kickstarter today. If you love science fiction, action, adventure, if you want a story that's fun like Star Wars used to be, like the old stuff, the Lucas stuff, not the Disney stuff, you will absolutely enjoy this. Please grab it in the description below. Thank you guys so much for the tremendous support so far. This has been a wild couple of weeks, and I appreciate you all for being there. All right. So looking at this, this is some Reddit here. Farming XP. It's pretty pathetic, isn't it? Devs boosted XP game for playing the mode. Probably a player that chase after the platinum. Getting reputation level 1 takes ages. So they farm it. So there's some farming going on. Throwing games in rivalry. Just experienced a team straight up throwing the game in round 1, jumping off the map, and continuing to do so each round. And I guess that's the XP farming that's going on with this kind of thing, as they're trying to just get games faster, which is really, really difficult to do. Really, really difficult to do with Concord right now. We're showing that Concord fell just 4 hours below 50 concurrent players for the first time. Now, a lot of these different modes require 12 players per team, so we're looking at 2 games going. 2 games possibly going with this many players. 45 players concurrently going. What an absolute train wreck for the game on Steam. And you're pretty much required to play cross games with the PS5 people at this point. You're not going to be able to just play with Steam players. There's no possible way. You're not going to get a game. And I don't even think that's going to work very well, given this IGN report on the sales estimates from PS5. So they say that it's estimated to have only sold 25,000 units. Holy crap. For a huge game that cost $200 million to make, that is absolutely insane. Because if you're looking at that level of units, you're looking at them making about $1 million. So that means they're $199 million in the hole at this point. Absolutely crazy for the game. So let's look at what they say here. For the last week, it's been a lot of online discussion on Sony's newly launched multiplayer shooter, Concord. but it's not because everyone's playing it. It's because seemingly no one is. It's not seemingly, Rebecca. It's very much very true that no one is. It's right here. Plenty of games don't sell well at launch. Yes, not games that are AAA games like this, though. But observers have latched onto Concord's dramatic failure due to its high-profile nature as Sony's first-party game, and it is shockingly low Steam concurrent numbers at launch. Upon its August 23rd debut, Concord only had 697 Steam current players. That's how it debuted. It's already down to 50. At the writing, they only had 130 people playing. Wow, this is absolutely crazy. So what happened? Did Sony's first party game get sent out to die immediately? It is pretty funny. These people still will not admit the real truth of the matter at IGN, at Kotaku, Eurogamer, any of these places. They're all still lying to you. And we've seen it just across all of these games. It's so sickening at this point, the fake gaming journalists. And this is why YouTubers like myself and Hypnotic, Smash JT, Vera Dark are doing better than these sites at this juncture, because we tell you the truth. The reason why it failed is very, very obvious. Nobody wants to go in and play a game where they're, playing to identify as some weird fat black lady who identifies as a they/them and is having a transgender gay relationship with whatever that white-haired thing is right there. I mean, this is just something that we want to avoid, because we get sick of going into the office, having to take these surveys for our companies on diversity and inclusion, and making sure that we identify the correct pronouns and don't offend anybody at the office. We get inundated with this crap all day long, every single day. When we go in and we want to play a science fiction game, just have some fun, read a comic book, whatever it is, we want to get away from this stuff. And so when you tag everything with LGBTQ+, political like this, when you advertise the game as this, when you've got this imagery for the game, these terrible designs, it's pretty obvious why it failed right away. But IGN's just not going to tell you that. They're going to talk about historically low numbers have been experienced by Concord. Other analysts were able to share a bit of insight. They're saying Concord ranked 147th on the PS5 daily active players across all titles. This is crazy. It's a week old, and it's down to 147th. And I thought they were having trouble with Star Wars Outlaws, because when I looked at Star Wars Outlaws, it was 4th, when that game definitely should be 1st right away. Concord should be in the top 10, given just how much money was spent on these developments and how much hype there was, how much advertising there was behind the game. This just shows, again, they're failing. All the woke stuff is failing concurrently, and these companies are scared. They really thought they were going to capitalize on this. I think honestly, I do chalk it up to incompetence, that these companies thought there was a fad of wokeness, that they thought that like the movement was with them, the youth was really down with this stuff. And they're really not. It's been forced from Hollywood. It's been forced by BlackRock and other companies across the country. But nobody actually likes it. Real people don't. And that's why products like this don't sell. That's why TV shows like The Acolyte just don't get watched. It's probably obvious. So this is the ridiculous IGN shilling here. Sadly, making a fun, high-quality shooter is not enough in the oversaturated live service space these days. Yeah, there's a lot of different games out there, and Overwatch is one of them. And there's a lot of people who are invested in Overwatch and just on that. So if you want to make an Overwatch killer, you have to make it better than Overwatch. And this, again, just comes back to the designs. You need to have something not just gameplay-wise that's different and cool, but you need to have a reason to like want to get involved with it on that. The reason World of Warcraft Vanilla came out and it actually killed EverQuest, yeah, I'm that old, was because like it was just strictly better to look at on a lot of regards. When you went into that game and you're playing, as your elves or whatnot compared to the elves in EverQuest, it was just slightly smoother. It was a smoother, better game. It wasn't that innovative. It wasn't that different. People were already invested into EverQuest. It's just WoW did it better, and that's what you need to do. Now, if they made all the elves into like black they/them gender queers, people wouldn't have joined the game because they just would have not enjoyed and wanted that, and they would have stuck with EverQuest. It's that simple. That's exactly what's happening here with Concord and Overwatch, two games in the same genre. Game genres exist. They've always existed. Shooters exist. Platformers exist. Just because a lot of them exist has never killed sales of a future one with better graphics, better design, etc. It's always been the newer one that does better. So this is just cope by the media. They're completely lying, and they're completely showing that this is a major, major problem. So they say there's low awareness from video game players. That's totally a lie. We are very aware of it. People have been talking about it on YouTube for the last couple of months. Ever since the beta dropped and nobody was playing, this was all over the news. Just a handful of web placements across GameStop, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, and the PlayStation Store. That's where people go to figure out where games are showing up. They know exactly what the new games are because we talk about them. This is pretty simple. IGN's pretending like this is 2005 and the internet doesn't exist. It's so weird. But this is how they act. This is the type of cope they do. This is the type of lies they come up with to tell you why it's only sold 25,000 units. When this game has so much attention on it, you would think there'd even be a backlash reverse reaction making a political cause or something like that to sell a little bit more to the actual wokeites. They're just not there because they don't play games. That's all it comes down to. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this disaster. Absolute disaster. Hit the like and subscribe button and make sure to back the Hidden Emperor on Kickstarter. Really appreciate you guys for the support. Get us there today. Make this our best seller of all time. Love it. Thanks so much.